To determine the number of trout in a lake, a conservationist catches 158 trout, tags them, releases them. Later, 198 trout are caught, and it is found that 83 of them are tagged. Estimate how many trout are in the lake. Okay, so this is a famous method. This is what they actually do. It's called catch, tag, and release, or capture, recapture. Capture, recapture, or catch, tag, and release, same thing. It's what's actually used by biologists to count the fish in a lake, or the deer in a mountain, or the rabbits in a forest. This is how they count animals. So let me give you the idea before I give you the specific formula. The idea is, just imagine, what if I told you that we catch, tag, well, let me back up there a little bit. We catch 50 fish, tag and release. A few days later, so step 1, you catch 50, tag and release. Make that a little nicer there, tag and release. A few days later, you catch, let's say, 20 at random. You just throw down a net, pull up 20 fish, and you look and see 10 have tags. So that they were ones you'd previously tagged. So how many fish can you estimate now? The number of fish in the lake? I think you can by common sense here. Let me bring out your common sense if it's not already hitting you. You see, a few days later, let's start with this is the recapture. This is the recapture right here, right? So a few days later, you catch 20 and you see that 10 have tags. That's 10 out of 20. That's how many fish are tagged out of how many total fish you got in the recapture. So a few days later, at random, you just threw down a net, you pull up 20 and you notice, hey, look, 10 of them are the fish we tagged the couple days ago. So in our random grab of 20 fish, 10 have tags, 10 out of 20. That's half, right? Half have tags. Well, you just randomly grabbed 20 fish and half had tags. So it's reasonable to think that probably that's the same half the whole lake has tags. All the fish in the lake have tags because you just grabbed 20 at random and came out with 10 that had tags. So half of your random grab had tags. Probably half the whole lake has tags. Okay, so what? Well, if it's a reasonable estimate, and that's where we're estimating. It's not exact, but it's reasonable. If half the group you grabbed has tags, probably half the whole lake has tags. You just grabbed them at random out of the lake. So if half the lake has tags, and you know how many have tags because you tagged them a couple days ago, 50 fish have tags. They're the ones you tagged a couple days ago. If you know about half the lake has tags and 50 have tags, how many are in the lake? 50 times 2. Let me write it down here. Must be about 100 fish in the lake, right? Because 50 have tags and about half of the lake is tagged because half of the group you grabbed was tagged. So probably about 100 fish in the lake. See how that's a reasonable way to estimate? The formal way is you did tag over total here, is you would also write tag over total here. And you tagged 50, and X is the total, and then you cross multiply, and that's 50 times 20 is 10 times X. That's 1,000 is 10X. Divide by 10, and you get the answer of 100. That's just another way. But I just want you to see it's reasonable to use that idea to figure out how many fish are in the lake. Well, let's do that formally now on this problem. So coming up here, we're going to write, so there's the capture, and then there's the recapture. So the first, and then there's the, let me move that over a little bit. There's the tag number over over the total number for when you first captured them. And then there's the tag over the total for when you recaptured. So when you first captured the fish, let's see, they catch 158 trout, tag them. So that's 158 tagged. And later, this is the recapture, 198 are caught, and 83 of them are tagged, or it is found that 83 of them are tagged. So 83 in the recapture, 83 out of 198 were tagged fish. So this must be an X right here, right? The portion that have tags in your recapture must be the portion that have tags in the whole lake, because you just grabbed them at random the second time. So these two fractions have to be equal. That's the idea. You know the portion that have tags because you grabbed them at random the second time. That must be equal to the same portion the first time, so you can find X, the total fish in the lake. Let's cross multiply. Remember how to solve two equal fractions. 158 times 198 is 83 times X. Use your calculator. I'm getting 31,284 is 83X. Last step to solve for X, is to divide both sides by 83. And I'm getting 376.916 whatever. And they want us on this problem to round, what do they say, the nearest integer, like whole number. So I'm going to round to, because it's just approximate anyway, you can't have part of a fish. So 377. So we're estimating there's about 377 fish in the lake. So that's how they do it. This is how biologists really do it: capture, recapture.